And we are set and up and running. Hello to everybody. Welcome back. Thursday night racing here. This is something that we haven't done here for quite some time, if ever. But this is definitely a first slow. Bringing you guys the Bomb Squad Racing League Cup Series action. It's Daytona. It's the first time on the channel for this. I'm excited. I know Zach's excited.
Yes, sir. We're here at Daytona for the 16th race of the season, and it's gonna be a good one.
Oh, we're gonna have some fun. Zach, you have been absolutely on it with getting some stuff together for this race. All kinds of stats and numbers and lots of cool stuff. So I know that throughout tonight you guys will be hearing some cool facts and some cool stuff. Of course, we'll be seeing some great racing from a bunch of guys that have been racing with each other for many years. A different crowd than what we're used to, of course. But I think that the product of what we're going to be seeing here is going to be pretty much top notch, if I'm being 100% honest. As yeah, something new, something different. These guys, of course, are having a championship that they're going after, and we are just about a little bit past halfway through through this season. But yeah, we're just about to get this thing to qualifying. In the meantime, though, Zach, of course, great to have you up here. Like I said, man, I know that you've got some stats at the ready. So, um, yeah, tell us maybe a little bit about what we can expect for tonight's race here at Daytona.
Yeah, Andrew. So the Bomb Squad Racing League is very good at plate racing. They minimize mistakes. They're great at bump drafting. They know not to bump in the corner. Over the last 8 races, the average number of yellows per race is 2.5. One race had just 1 yellow. Typically, you'll see 2 or 3 yellows. They've also got great long run pace. Longest green flag run to start a race, 46 laps in last year's season opener. And the longest run from a restart was 40 laps in the 2022 summer race. In the last 4 races, they've had 3 cautions twice, 1 caution once, and 4 cautions once. So we'll see what kind of race we get. It's kind of all over the board. But they have yet to have a caution-free race here in recent memory. There's usually a engine problem or a bug or something that will usually bring out a yellow. So that could be the guaranteed yellow, but otherwise you'll expect a great race here tonight.
Oh yeah, we're definitely going to be having a great race here. Let's see, as they are just kicking it to the qualifying session. One of the head guys just hopped in here. Magoo, we are actually live as we speak. But
I'm so sorry. I was trying to catch you before you started, so I'll just excuse myself.
no,
Good to
you're
see you,
good.
Zach. Good to see you, Andrew. Thanks for covering our race today. Good luck.
Yeah, man. Good luck to you.
Thank you, Magoo.
User left your channel.
And just going to address it now since we are in qualifying and it is early. The robot is here to stay. I am Zach. I am robot. You will listen to everything I say. I am double voice. Yeah. So yeah, the robot is back, but we're in qualifying. So interesting to note, DJ Champ is not here tonight. So we've got a chance to have a new pole sitter in Bomb Squad Cup history. We have only ever had 3 other drivers record a pole at Daytona in the Cup Series. Only one of those drivers is in the field tonight, and that is BSR Ricky J. So we'll see. Maybe Ricky will get the pole and deny a new pole sitter, but if not, we could see our 5th pole sitter all time in recorded Daytona history.
Yeah, that'd be something. Yeah. DJ Champ, of course, the king of qualifying here at these plate races. I've also just made a little bit of an adjustment on one of the desktop audio inputs. Zach, you'll have to confirm if that did anything or not. I may try to play around with that a little bit if we're under yellow or something to try to fix that. To everyone else watching, if it's ongoing for the stream, I apologize. I don't know why it's doing that. It started doing that during the AG stream, and it's been doing it on and off ever since. So we'll figure it out.
Oh, it happened in the AG stream, the stream you had with AG too?
Yeah, I was streaming to AG's channel when we were doing the Top Dragster Open, like picking the drivers, and yeah, all of them had a double reverberation going on, kind of like what you're talking about. So, and then it did it last night, and I wanted to say maybe even done it the race before that at one point. So I don't know what it is. I tried looking up what it is, and every single source kept saying, "Oh, it's a double. Oh, it's feedback from your microphone because it's picking up the audio." And it's like that is impossible. I'm wearing headphones that are very quiet. So, anyways, I digress.
I just took a quick listen. It seems better. It still sounds like I have a bad mic, but I know I don't have a bad mic
No.
because I've got one of those nice studio mics. So,
Oh yeah.
we'll just roll with it, and
Yeah.
everyone at home might just have to turn the audio down a little bit so that I'm not damaging your hearing. Also, hi Kathy.
Hey,
Hope you enjoy the
Kathy.
race tonight.
Kathy Boyle's
So,
in chat. Uh, Great to see you, and thank you, and Brian, for what you do for this league. Of course, Voiles Trucking, the main supporter of this league, and the broadcasts that both myself and JTN do. So, of course, yeah, we're going to be kind of sponsoring this as well. So you'll see their logo. But yeah, thank you to Brian and Kathy. Thank you to Magoo for all he does for this league, and really all these guys. They put on a really good show, and I'm looking forward to being able to be a part of bringing some of the action to the masses here, as we are just about to conclude qualifying here. It is a tight margin there for
yeah,
P1.
I was just gonna say Brian just sniped Silver Bullet. I thought Silver Bullet was going to get his first pole, 4.6 average starting position for Silver Bullet here at Daytona, but it's Brian Voiles in just his 7th Cup race at Daytona getting his first pole. And Brian did sweep the races here in the 2024 season. Interesting statistic, too, that Brian told us. In his last 8 Daytona races through the 3 main series of Trucks, Xfinity, and Cup, he has won all 8 races. That's 2 Cup races, 2 Xfinity races, and 4 truck races. 2 of those 4 truck races this season.
Including just last night.
Yes, just last night.
Yeah, as qualifying has concluded. Zach, I will let you take it away here for this part.
All right, I'm amped for this. On pole in the number 68, Voiles Truckin' Ford Mustang is the one and only BSR Brian Voiles, looking to make it 9 for 9 Daytona race wins. To his outside is BSR Silver Bullet, as mentioned, 4.6 average starting position here at Daytona. That is second highest out of drivers with 10 or more starts here, just only behind DJ Champ, who has, I think we were talking off screen, 27 poles out of his 28 races. DJ Champ, though, not here tonight. Qualifying in third is your current points leader, BSR Tyler Mallon. Tyler got the win in the season opening race here. To his outside is the 22 of Rick Craddock. Row 3, great qualifying effort out of BSR Eli. He's joined by BSR Terry Scott. In row number 4, you've got BSR Monty Keller with the number 88 of Greg Jules. Jules making his first Daytona Cup start. So we'll see how Greg does in his first trip to restrictor plate racing here. Joshua Clements and Dane Stinson, the two behind Tyler Mallon in the point standings, make up row number 5. Denny Carroll, the last one to set time, will start in 11th. BSR Magoo making his 17th start here at Daytona. Magoo has finished every race he has started here in his Cup career. That stat also tracks for BSR Nelly, who will start in the 13th in row 7 next to Brain Fade. Nelly has finished all 28 races that he has started here, and he's got 2 wins in the last 10 races to boot. And rounding out the field is the one and only certified goober, as we know him, Andrew, BSR Ricky J. And Ricky J will attempt to get his second win here at Daytona from the last place position of 15th.
And that is
That
the
is your
full
starting lineup here
starting
tonight.
lineup there. Yeah, thank you, Zach. That was cool, and yeah, great to be up here. I apologize because some goobers did not take me off of their whisper.
Yeah, I'm seeing that in the chat. Yeah, that tracks.
Yeah, that.
That's easy to forget when someone who usually races with you suddenly broadcasts, and then you're like, "Oh, what? I totally forgot to take you off my whisper."
It's a good thing. It's a good thing that all I heard was something inaudible, and then just Joven hysterically laughing. So that was that was good, as Tyler just said in chat. Oops.
Yeah, at least you didn't have to fine anybody like we've had to do for the Tuesday night races.
And Joven just asked me in TeamSpeak, did the broadcast hear them? And I just said yes, they did. But it was brief, and
Well, you heard them. I didn't hear anything. I
it,
didn't even know what was going on until you said something.
if you go back and you replay that bit, you will probably hear them. But that was that was thoroughly amusing. Um, but yeah, whenever we're in these things, it's always me, Joven, and Tyler on like the same whisper, and yeah, much shenanigans tend to ensue when that happens. So I quickly realized as soon as I saw Tyler's whisper pop up, I'm like, oh no, oh no.
Yeah, oh
So,
no, indeed.
let's fix that.
Speaking of Daytona debuts, this is actually a debut for the 17 of Dane Stinson, as Dane did not run the season opener.
Yeah, he's been as far as I can tell, aside from missing a few starts. Of course, you said yeah, he's right up there along with Tyler in the championship battle. Dane, of
He's
course,
missed 2 races.
yeah. But yeah, Zach, you and I raced with Dane for on and off for quite some time. We know that he's able to get it done, and it's great to see him over here at Bomb Squad. As we're just about to kick this thing to the race session. This is going to be a lot of fun. As we said, we got all kinds of experience levels, both within the league and from outside the league, I should say. Of course, Greg Jules, relatively new to the NR scene, and it is worth mentioning, Kathy Voiles' baby brother, according to Brian Voiles.
You always got a dog on the baby siblings. I'll tell you what, you got to do it. And we're not going to coward out like a coward out is kind of rude to say, but we're not going to bow down and say no. We're not gonna roast Kathy's little brother on Kathy's behalf. We're not JTN. We're gonna do it. We're gonna have fun. We're gonna do it.
We love you, Joe, but yeah, it had to be said, and we just said it.
Hey,
And
Kathy told him to do it the last time he streamed, and I was like, man, I'll do it.
Kathy is thoroughly amused. We're
So
having
as
fun.
we get ready to grid up here, a record is being attempted to be broken tonight by BSR Tyler Mallon. Tyler is going to attempt to break the consecutive top 10 streak that was set by BSR Pockets a few years back. So Tyler has hit 34 straight top 10s, and he is attempting to break said record by getting his 35th straight top 10 here tonight. 15 car field, really good odds, but it is Daytona, and you never know what could happen at Daytona.
Daytona is always a wild card. Of course, the duels in real life would definitely show that. Of course, I won't spoil anything to anyone who wants to watch them back at a later point, as the command has been given. Yep, this is kind of the setup that we kind of had to go with. But for anyone who's wanting to keep track, the lap counter is down here. You can see my cursor. I will not be clicking on the chat for safety reasons. I'm just kidding. But yeah, just pick your favorite driver. We're gonna have some fun here with these 15 cars. Looks like going to be taking the start if Magoo got out there. I know Magoo was a little uncertain how much of this he was going to be running. Oh, yep, he is out there. There he is in the 144. Don't know how much of this race he'll be running. He said that he was feeling very under the weather. We heard from him briefly as we were getting going, but hoping that he's going to be feeling better here soon, and hoping that he's able to run as many laps as he can. There's Brain Fade there in the 49. There's the Goober himself, Joven, or Ricky J, as he is better known. But yep, there's the Voiles Trucking Machine himself, Brian Voiles. Silver Bullet, Matt Stern to the outside. Matt Stern, just a little personal fun fact there. One of a couple of guys that I still race with, but the only guy in this race that was part of the very first online race that I ever participated in. Ever. And that was in 2017.
Now there's a fun fact.
Whatever place Greg finishes at, tell him he won a case of ramen. Duly noted. Thank you, Kathy. And again, thank you also, Kathy, for everything that you do for this league. We're going to have some fun with this one. 70 laps on tap here. Ain't no 1 hour timer, which is something that we've gotten quite accustomed to. Just flat out 70 laps. Pit window looking to be probably about 18 laps for these guys, maybe 19 if you stretch it. And here we go. Pace car is in. We've got the 68 and the 4 on the front row. It's BSR. It's Daytona. It's a new league here on Top Dragster. And it is great to see it. We are racing officially.
Not to jinx it right off the bat, Andrew, but in the last 4 races, the earliest caution flag here at Daytona has been on lap 12. That was in the previous night race where we did have 4 cautions. The next earliest lap out of races I was able to look up thanks to JTN's streams over the past few years. The earliest caution came on lap number 4. That was in the 2022 season opener.
Yeah, it doesn't take much on a track like this for something to go wrong, and especially on a track where the grip lines are going to be very, very unique. At a track like this, the middle lane is actually going to be one of the grippiest places to be, as Silver Bullet's making that known. He just led that first lap from the outside.
Yeah, middle is definitely the preferred line here. DJ Champ actually likes to run right up against the wall, and he'll usually get a few drivers to follow him up there. But DJ is not here tonight, so I'm curious if we'll see that outside top wall line get really used much of anything. It could mostly be middle to the bottom, but if this middle line proves to be just so dominant, you might see a few guys try to run that very outside.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's where you're going to generate the most momentum and the most runs. Of course, the bottom is the shortest way around, but that lane tends to slide up quite a bit with the lack of grip. So if you're not ready for it, that can get pretty hairy. I speak from experience that I've caused a few moments myself with that happening. But Silver Bullet with Rick Craddock pushing him right now. A couple of Chevrolets up there on the outside, and then Eli. Always, I would consider Eli to be probably one of the biggest sleepers in these super speedway races. He is always very competitive at these things. Sometimes it doesn't quite have things go his way, but that 114 tends to run up front very, very well at a lot of these plate races. So I'm going to be keeping my eye on him. Of course, the 18 of Tyler Mallon, always fast, the championship leader, and for good reason. Couldn't even tell you how many times he's won this season or last season, or probably even count on 2 hands how many times he's won. So
30 something.
30 something, yeah.
That's my best memory. I believe it's around 35 races now.
Yeah,
to your point though about BSR Eli, Andrew, I'm going to assume that is more so at Talladega, because I'm looking at my stats here for Daytona. Eli with just 2 top 10s here over 9 starts. And he has led a lap, just one lap led. Perhaps a lot of bad luck here at Daytona for Eli, though, compared to Talladega. So perhaps, as you said, does have a good chance to run up front here. And as I've already have said tonight, it's Daytona. Anything can happen here.
Anything usually will happen. As a nice side-by-side battle there for the race lead at the stripe. Bullet still has it, but Voiles making a run back on the inside lane with a great push from Mallon. There's Josh Clements in the 92. And then Magoo, for not being sure if how much of this race he was going to be able to run, he has made his way up into the top 10 here quite comfortably so. 4th car in the inside lane, and helping that lane out. Another thing to note, every single, I think most races that I've been broadcasting as of late, or all of them have been fixed setup. This league is all open setup. All of these guys running different setups, trying to get as much speed as they can without sacrificing too much of the handling, which of course is always a big challenge. But yeah, I think that's just going to add a little bit to the challenge factor. And that's how DJ Champ has always been so good at the qualifying at this track. Always just knew exactly how to tune it to get the most speed out of it. But right now, the most speed shown on that inside. Foils, not quite clear with the run from Silver Bullet, but right now it looks like that inside lane is actually starting to get the edge.
Yeah, and a lot of these drivers here at Bomb Squad like to run really loose restrictor plate setups. So much so that they have to depend on a little bit of steering assistance to help them keep the car straight. A lot of drivers will like to use Brian Voiles' setup. Brian's got a really good super speedway setup for both Daytona and Talladega. It's posted here in the TeamSpeak. Anybody can use it if they so choose. But it does require steering assistance. With that said, though, Tyler Mallon in the 18, I know for a fact, runs his own setup that does not require any steering assistance whatsoever. And he has one here twice. So it just kind of shows you, as you said, open setup environment. You can make the setup to your preference, make it work, and you can be successful with it.
Oh yeah, no doubt about it. Great to see Furco in the chat there, and Felipe in the chat there. This is not offline. These are real drivers here in an online race, and these guys are actually driving these things. So yeah, a little bit different, and in live action. Yeah, if you're looking at it, pretty much. Thank you, Furco. Great to see you, man. But yeah, I think that's kind of the charm of it, is that what you're going to see, very unpredictable. Everyone with their different driving styles. Yeah, these are real drivers actually driving these things, and that's what makes it for a lot of the fun of it here. As Greg Jules has unfortunately lost the draft in the 88, dropping back right now. Jovan Anderson or Ricky J. I don't know what I should call him.
It's Ricky J here.
I guess
You
I should
gotta
stick
call.
to that.
You gotta call him by the tags here, Andrew. You should know that.
Yeah,
I've watched enough JTN races to know you gotta call them by the tags if they got one.
that's
But
fair.
I'm just looking at some more stats here. So, out of our previous 10 winners, all of them are here tonight with the exception of DJ Champ, Denny Daniels, and Greg Lovell. So, that just leaves Nelly, Ricky J, Tyler Mallon, and Brian Voiles. 2 wins apiece for Brian, Tyler, and Nelly.
Gotcha. As Josh Clemens nearly had a moment there, kind of that little bit of that push that we were talking about, just about caused a little bit of a problem there, but they kept it straight, and we are 10 laps in here, clean and green thus far, and still with the advantage currently to Brian Voiles. It's not by much though. Every time that these guys are coming off the corner, Rick Craddock doing a great job of pushing Silver Bullet to get back to the outside. So right now, everyone's just kind of pretty stagnant right now where they're running. Checking in on a couple other drivers here, as we said. Magoo doing a great job up here, despite being under the weather. Terry Scott in that 66 TRD machine. There's Dane Stinson in the 17. And then Monty Keller. Always great to see Monty running well here. Denny Carroll in the 41, the snap-on machine. And then, yep, there's Nelly, Rain Fade, and Ricky J still just kind of just logging laps as it stands.
Ricky J doesn't really have anywhere he can go, you
No.
know, right, Andrew? So they're 2x2. Everyone's just kind of pushing who they're pushing here, and ultimately your track position changes will occur when we get to the first round of pit stops, which will be around laps 18 and 19. Worth noting here, as we approach lap 12, there have been 3 cautions before lap 20 over the last 8 races. Lap 4, lap 12, and lap 18. Now, if you look at yellows that occurred from lap 20 to 30, there have been 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 yellows.
Oof.
And there was also a yellow on lap 13. I just caught that in my eye. That was in the race where there was an accident on lap 4. But so more likely to see the first accident occur after the first round of pit stops than you are to see it happen now before they get the pit stops.
And another little another little trend that I've often noticed, at least just from my firsthand experience, tends to be that usually after the first set of pit stops, the likelihood of someone losing an engine randomly goes way up. It seems it's usually
Very true, yeah.
that first pit stop, and along with the fact that these guys, even though they're running lower RPM, with it being the Cup physics, of course, realistic 2003 Cup physics here, so their engine RPMs are much lower, so they're able to run much more tape on the front end. I don't know if that plays into it or not, but that's just generally what I've noticed.
Tyler, I think, can agree that it does. The limit, I believe, with the adequate gearing you want to run here is 70% tape.
Mm-hmm.
However, DJ Champ does run a setup with a slightly longer gearing that allows him to run 75 tape and save that extra lap of gas. Now, another thing to keep in mind, to your point about after the first pit cycle, Andrew, is after the first pit cycle is when you go from one big group to maybe 2 or 3 big groups, or little groups rather.
Mm-hmm.
And then what happens, I think that increases the caution frequency, is if you're in the second or third group and you're trying to push your way back to the first group, that's where maybe you give a bad push going into the corner, and all it takes is slight amount of contact and around someone will go. And then you've got your caution for the night.
Oh yeah, it doesn't take much. Right now though, we've kept it green here for these first 14, coming on 15 laps. Pit stops though will be happening here pretty soon. And these guys going 70 laps for this race. Everyone's still just kind of locked where they're at right now. It's still the same front row here. It seems like everyone's pretty much at where they qualified. Of course, Magoo, as we've mentioned, has worked his way forward and is now pretty much stagnated there, about 7th place. Terry Scott's still holding his own on the outside.
I'm just kind of pouring through my stats here as we get little keywords that trigger my memory. So you mentioned it's a 70-lap race. This race used to always be 80. They used to do 80-lap races at Daytona. A few years ago, that switched. So this is the 7th race in a row that has run a 70-lap race. The average number of laps led by the race winner is 15 and a half. Tyler, in the opener race here for this season, led 26. The races before that, Brian led 12 laps and 19 laps, and then the race before that, Tyler led 11 laps. So
Gotcha.
Right now, Silver Bullet and Brian Voiles, they're leading all of the laps. It seems like they're mostly going back and forth, whatever line gets the momentum. As you see a good push there from Rick Craddock, Silver Bullet's actually going to pull down as they are a few laps away from pit stop. So this was a great decision by Silver Bullet.
Yeah, he's going to get down to the inside, and he knows that he'll be in a great spot to be fairly aggressive coming down to pit entry. As we got lap 17 now on the scoreboard. But now these guys on the outside are going to have to start thinking, all right, what am I going to be able to do here? Of course, these guys have been running with each other long enough that, they're going to try to be as courteous as they can to try to probably let those guys in, such as Craddock, like Eli and Terry Scott. I think Monty's still up there. They'll try their best to try to make gaps where they can, because while, yeah, these guys are going to be racing hard and racing for the win as much as they can, it's a brotherhood between these guys, and they're going to be just trying to keep as many guys up in there with them as they can, because that's just how they're going to have the most fun, and just keeping it fair for everybody. So, but I don't know, we'll see how that manifests as we've hit lap 18, and now the question is going to be, who's going to be the first to blink?
Well, if I had to take a wild guess, Andrew, I'd say it'll probably be Silver Bullet and Brian. They've been leading the lines the entire run.
Yeah, I think you're... Now, when you say that, I think you absolutely got a point.
Right now, pitting this time by will be Brain Fade, Monty Keller, Terry Scott, Silver Bullet.
So yeah, based on the line that Bullet was taken there and Foils to the outside, I think that we're going to have our first cycle here.
Actually,
Here
some of
we
those
go.
might have been from practice. We'll see for sure here.
So Bullet
Oh,
is in. Whoa,
Terry
Terry!
completely missed the pit road. It looks like his brakes might have failed. That thing did not slow down at all.
Ooh,
Rick and Denny are in.
somehow saved it though, did Terry Scott, but that is going to severely hinder him. Credit to
Okay,
him though
so
for not hitting anything.
the brain fade, and Monty one I think were from practice. So this time around, we're going to probably see most everybody else. You've got Magoo, Brain, Ricky J, Josh, Dane, Monty. They're all coming in. I think everyone else should be coming in here. I don't see anybody holding high, so this is going to be really interesting.
Here we go. And yeah, that's pretty much everybody. A big group here. Ooh, 3 wide. On entry, they're going to have to sort that out, but they do keep it clean. Credit to them for that.
And that's probably one of the cleanest Daytona pit entries you'll see across the NR2003 community. These guys have raced around each other so much going into pit road at Daytona, at Talladega. They know how to get in without getting into each other. They've gotten into each other before, but because of that, they know how to get in like they just did.
And that was beautiful to see. We're going to see how Silver Bullet, Denny Carroll, and Rick Craddock are
How
going
about
to
Ricky
merge with
J, who
them.
just went from last to second coming out of pit road?
Oh my gosh, yeah, you're not kidding. Look at that. As we got them still trying to sort it out here side by side. Malon's still trying to get it going there, but they're going to get back up to speed without much issue, it looks like.
Denny and Silver Bullet are bumper to bumper with Rick Craddock a few car lengths behind, also in draft. It looks like they should catch this main pack just fine. No problems there.
Yeah, I'd say so, as long as they keep the speed up. Yep, I think they should start to sniff Dane Stinson's draft here in a moment.
Yeah, they're gonna get him. They're gonna get him. No problemo. I will say though, it looks like BSR Magoo, BSR Monty Keller, BSR Eli, and of course Terry, who completely missed pit road, along with Greg Jules, will be out of draft for the time being.
Yeah, it's usually pit stops where the pack will start to separate. But honestly, I mean, all things considered, the fact that it was only really those 3 that lost the draft just kind of on merit, I guess you could say. Not including Terry, just because he had an issue of his own, and Greg Jules was already out of the draft. So the fact that we're still going to have, I believe that will be 11 cars in this draft. 10 cars up here. That's still pretty solid, as we are 50 laps to go, coming to 49 to go. And familiar sight out front there with the 68. But yeah, 93 from last in the draft to second. And now it is an all Voiles Trucking 1-2. Josh Clements in third. And then Nelly and Silver Bullet, who's maybe looking to try to improve that with how much he just went to the outside there.
Yeah, right now it doesn't look like Ricky J is really pushing the issue. He's not pushing Brian. He's not getting too close to the back bumper, and that's a good strategy. You got your teammate / co-owner boss in front of you at Daytona. Don't do anything too crazy. It's still very early. I remember watching a Daytona race a few seasons ago where Ricky J was in the lead and Tyler Mallon was pushing him. And I remember hearing after the race that Tyler had said, "Don't worry, Ricky, I can push you, no problem." And then he dumped them in the turn 1. So, it's never a bad thing to be careful.
I think I know exactly which race you're talking about.
Oh, yes.
I think that was actually that wreck and that caution. I was in that race, and that I was not in the lead draft, so that wreck actually saved my race.
Ooh, Denny Carroll with a bit of an aggressive lane merge in front of Dane Stinson to get in line. But he got in line, and they keep it straight.
Coming up on Greg Jules here in the 88. Put him a lap down officially. He will be the first to go a lap down.
He is actually already 1 lap down. This will be him going 2 laps down.
Oh, shoot. Brian Forrest just ran his personal best lap of the race. Just out of curiosity, let's go ahead and take a look here. Rick Craddock, currently with the quickest lap of the race as it stands. Of course, he's, or no, he is up here in the lead draft, excuse me. I don't know why I thought he lost it, but, yep, last car in the lead draft right now. Probably actually how he was able to get that quick lap. Actually, usually where you're able to make the most lap time and the most speed when you got literally no air pushing you back in the first place. Now
Speaking of Rick Craddock, Andrew, he's actually got a win here at Daytona. He won the 2020 season opening race. And while we're talking about Rick Craddock, there is a statistic that I would like to talk about. I just have to find it really quickly here. Actually, Google Sheets is a little skewed right now. We'll have to get back to that one.
Nah, no worries. So we're trying to make something happen on the inside. Go ahead.
It fixed. Okay, so Rick Craddock has won 57 races in BSR Cup Series history. Tying him this season was BSR Ricky J. So they sit atop the leaderboard right now with 57 wins apiece. So Ricky J with a chance to get that 58th win, which would put him atop the all-time wins list.
And I know that he would love to be able to do that, but hey, fancy that. He got a couple of Ricks. Well, one actual Rick, one who's not actually Rick.
Well, he did go by Rick Johnson for like the first 5 years I knew him, though he kept changing it from Rick to Richard to Ricky, and then that's what stuck, Ricky. So it's BSR Ricky J there in the 93.
And if I also recall correctly, I don't think he ever talked for a long time.
He only would talk if it was late at night, and he knew he could whisper.
Sometimes it works out that way. And I remember racing with him before, and he was always hyped up as one heck of a driver, and I can certainly attest to the fact that is absolutely true. I am quite honored to be able to call him a friend now, and you as well, Zach. I don't know how I keep befriending all the best drivers in NR, but I guess I do somehow. I made Zach blush. He doesn't know what to say now.
I couldn't really think of anything to say to that except I'm humbled. I'm very humbled. Thank you. Another real quick win statistic that I'm looking at here is the next time BSR Tyler Mallon visits Victory Lane, he will tie Kilojoules for third all time with 37 wins apiece.
And those have probably all come within the last 2 years.
Yes. Tyler Mallon started racing here in 2023.
And he's got that many
wins. He is your 2-time defending champion, remember, and points leader. So he's going for the 3-peat.
He's going for the 3-peat. I think that he's in a great place to do it. Of course, we'll be... we won't be able to bring you all the action this season, but JGN has been doing a great job of bringing you select races. Next race that they'll be covering will be Homestead in a few weeks' time. I want to say that's
yeah, you'll see
March
us at
13th,
Talladega before you see them at Homestead.
Yes, we will be covering Cup Series at Talladega.
It was a spin.
Whoa, that didn't look good. Oh, it may have been Magoo.
We are still green.
Eli's off the pace. Something happened there. Something's wrong with Silver Bullet. Oh. That engine is shut down. I think he just lost it.
Yep, and that is our first caution of the night right there on lap 29.
Wow.
Which
I called or what with the engine?
Which actually in the 2023 season opener, the first caution came out on a lap 29.
Oh, that's just freaky.
How about that? But we do have another incident to look at as well that occurred between BSR Magoo and BSR Eli. Yeah, that did not bring out a yellow.
We'll take a look at the incident with Magoo and Eli first. Looks like Magoo has some rear end damage. And that looks like I was off of 4. Let's take a look and see what happened. And then we'll take we'll take a proper look then at what brought out the caution after that. So
this wreck reminds me of 2003 when Ryan Newman got turned off of somebody into the outside wall. It looks just like the way Magoo bumper grabs off of Monty Keller here, and it spins him out, and then Eli just an innocent bystander gets a little nice ride through the grass.
Yeah, that was just all bumper grab right there. Let's go ahead and take a look here at what happened with Silver Bullet.
He's by himself on the bottom. He was trying to make a move, and it just let go on him.
195, last car in the draft. And it's
Yep,
going to go right about here.
Yeah, it just died right out of the tri-oval.
No smoke, no nothing, just dead.
Yeah, that's one of the few ways you can lose an engine. Sometimes there's smoke and it'll like just be like slowly dying down, and other times your oil pressure just completely evaporates and it just shuts off.
And that has happened to me many a time. It is one of the most infuriating things that can happen in this game. I will not deny that. So tough break there for Silver Bullet, as we got pretty much the whole field coming down pit road here.
Brain's gonna get his lap lead of the race.
The lady lap, as they call it.
That'll actually be, this is actually something I can track right now. That is only the 44th lap Brain Fade has led at Daytona out of over 2,400 laps run.
Man.
There's a stat for you.
That is one heck of a stat there. Let's see. While these guys are coming off of the pit lane, as it looks like field's mostly going to be staying the same as far as their running position. We're going to see if we can maybe just get a quick word with Silver Bullet, despite the failure, and but being able to lead a good chunk of the laps there. We'll go ahead and get him in here.
User was moved to your channel.
And we got him there. Silver Bullet, that's probably not how you wanted to end that thing, and yep, camshaft. So tough break, but it looked like you had a pretty good piece there with how many laps you were able to lead that outside line.
Yeah, it was pretty good. It just, things happen.
Yeah, I can tell the frustration, and I feel you, and that has happened to me many a times. I have to assume the engine went from perfectly fine to silent.
Yeah, it just, I was noticing it was running a little hot because, I'm one of those guys that run a little bit more tape than what most people do. So being back in the pack kind of played a role in that, but that's why I kept peeking down to keep my car cooled, and I was hoping to make to the next pit stop to lower some of that tape, but it didn't last.
Ugh, no. Yeah, tough break, man, but still a great running, and we'll certainly be looking forward to seeing you probably in the trucks at Indy, and then going forward into Talladega and beyond. So best of luck, but yeah, sorry, man.
All right, thanks, guys.
Yeah, man. Get back up there here.
User was moved out of your channel.
I'm not used to that. It's a lot of responsibility when you're the one moving people.
It's very easy, though.
It's easy, yeah.
So, Andrew, with where this caution came out, this has turned into a fuel strategy race. So right now, if I'm on track, I'm either going to clutch right now and or come back down and top this thing off, because you have the chance to make this to the finish with just one more pit stop.
Ooh, yeah, that's a good point there. Yeah, with what do we got there? 37 to go, I believe, or 38.
Right now it's 39. It'll be 38 to go next time by.
Gotcha. Yep,
so yeah, if they pit coming to the line this time by, they can theoretically make it on a one stop, 19 and 19. Looking at our trends, there was a race in 2022 where the last yellow was lap 26, and that was one of the 70 lap races. So it is possible.
Yeah.
This could be the only yellow of the night.
And boy, would that be something to really throw into the workings there. All these guys. You hear Voil's car is silent as it goes by the camera there. That means that he is on the clutch and just letting the thing idle. saving as much fuel as he can.
I would
Looks like he's
think
gonna hold on to
everyone.
track position.
I would think everyone's going to come down to top off here, though. Maybe not.
I wouldn't be surprised if a good chunk of them do. And actually, yeah, I'm with you. I'm surprised that most of them are not.
Clements is coming in, Malin's coming in, Magoo, Terry, and Brain will all come in to top off. This is a better call, in my opinion. I feel like, the rest of these guys, they pit 2 caution laps ago, and even though they are clutching, and it is very easy, mind you, to save fuel in the chassis type that they are running here with Cup, because it is chassis 1, it's the restrictor plate chassis. It is very easy to save the 2 laps that they are choosing not to top off on here. It's only like a half a gallon to a gallon. So it is easy to save that. But if it were me, I would have topped off as we saw a couple of drivers do.
I probably would have done the same thing, but at the same time, I mean, we saw how locked up Sobold and Brian Voiles had that front row through the majority of that run. So I'm sure these guys are probably thinking, well, I just got to try to save what I can, and let's see what kind of track position I can maintain. And yeah, it's going to be a familiar sight here.
Well,
with the 2
Andrew,
Forest trucker cars up front.
Well, Andrew, that track position doesn't really mean much at 2 to go if everybody who stayed out there starts running out of gas.
You got a fair point on that one. Single
Anyway,
file
though,
restarts here.
That is if it goes green. Yes. Continue.
Yep, you're all good. Yep, single file restarts here in this series. And it will be Voiles, Ricky J, and Nelly, Denny Carroll, and Monty Keller going to be restarting in the top 5 here. Cool to see Monty up here in the top 5. And I'm pretty sure that Greg Jules will get one of his laps back with this caution flag. So that will put him from 2 down to 1 down. He will probably be hoping for 1 more to try to maybe get back on the lead lap. I'm sure at this point he will just be hoping to stay in the lead draft. He lost it during that first run. But here we go. Coming to lap 34, just shy of the halfway point. Fuel, now a big question mark. Should this thing go green? And getting her back on the throttle, and there we go. Green flag back out once again here at Daytona. And a nice little jump there for the top 2. Everyone else just, going to be getting these things up to speed. That's as you said with this chassis type, easy to save fuel. But it is going to take these guys a little while to get up to full speed.
Interesting to note as Brian leads this thing, the Daytona race has only ever been won from the pole 5 times. DJ Champ did it 4 times. And I believe it was BSR Texan who did it the 1 other time. Yes, BSR Texan did it the 1 other time. So, Brian has a chance to do what they have done. And DJ Champ actually hasn't done it since he won the 2020 summer race here. So it has not been done for almost 5 years now.
Yeah, track position, at least where you qualify, probably the least important track like this. But hey, obviously, as you've said, it's been done. It can be done. I'm pretty sure I saw Brian do it in a previous Voiles, Lynn Voiles Memorial race. Obviously, of course, not this past one, where he unfortunately was not able to finish. But still, if there is someone that I know could pull it off, it's going to be that 68. He is bad fast, and as he was telling us, and as you alluded to earlier on, has won the last, 8 Daytona races throughout the different series, as we are now officially halfway.
The last 8 he was in.
Yeah, that's true.
Got to include that. Last 8 races he was in, because he was not able to run Cup or Xfinity here back in what would have been last fall, but the opening weeks of this current season. He was not able to run Cup and Xfinity.
And now he's out here making it happen, and has been the dominant car thus far. But yeah, we got the choo-choo going on right now. The
put you to sleep train.
We need the techno train instead. Please tell me you get that reference.
Yes, I did get that reference.
My man.
Yes. We need the elevator operator to come in and get these guys side by side. Otherwise, we're going to end up like JTN. We're just going to sit here nice and quietly for 3 laps and just kind of take it all in.
Oh, we ain't gonna be quiet. I can tell you that. I mean, good grief, what was it? It was a race on Tuesday where you and I spent about 5 laps just blabbing about Star Wars.
Do we want to go there? We can talk about Star Wars again.
I don't know if we want to go back into the I don't like sand bit. I mean, hey, we just mentioned Electric Callboy.
We could go into the music bit. You were talking about Ronnie Radke. What's your favorite Fallen in Reverse song?
I mean, I'm not going to sit here and say that I'm exactly like a big fan of his character, but there's no denying
We're talking
that.
about the music. We're not talking about the character. We can ignore the character. Let's just talk about the music, you know?
I mean, that's true. And there's no denying that Watch the World Burn, it feels like the most epic, larger-than-life song I've ever heard in my life.
Yeah, I love the music video for that one.
It just blows my mind. And yeah, the insane amount of production that went into the music video. And if you're in the know when it comes to like metal news, and the one little Easter egg that he threw in there with Sebastian Bach, that was pretty funny.
Yeah, that was great. Yeah, I would say out of his latest album, my even though it came out like 6 years ago, Popular Monster is probably still my favorite.
Oh! We got a crash! There's Eli around.
All right, well, Eli got us talking about the race again, so thanks, Eli.
He's going to spin to the infield, though. I don't think the caution's going to come out.
Yeah, no caution.
Oh, yeah, I was looking at that. It looked like he was trying to get to the outside of Craddock, and
he checked up to try to get back in line, and when he did, Dane was already going low, and Dane just got into him, so just a bit of an error there on Eli's part.
Yeah, that was just all kind of topsy-turvy there.
It happened so fast, you know, like Eli went high, Dane was still like kind of in Eli's lane looking high too, but it was clear that that lane was going to get closed on the exit of the tri-oval, so Eli tried to lift and get back in line, but as he lifted, Dane went low, and contact occurs just like that. It just takes a split second.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. In those moments, you got to decide, like, am I going to stick with him or am I going to go ahead and try to pass him? And you may get stuck in a bit of an indecisive moment there, and even just that brief second of hesitation can lead to something like that. So, no harm, no foul.
That split the pack in half, Andrew.
It did,
We have 7 cars up front, and then Clements, Vinson, Terry Scott, Brain, Magoo, and Greg Jules make up the next 6 cars. And the lead pack is pulling away.
Yeah, these guys gotta get formed up, and they gotta get formed up quick if they're gonna have any chance of catching. 30 laps to go here officially. But yeah, that's I said no harm, no foul, but basically what I meant by that was more so just, no harm as far as anyone getting any significant damage out of it. But Dane now going to try his best to push Clements as hard as he can. And I think once this group forms up, they may have a chance at trying to make something happen. Is that an what happened?
Brian Voiles disappeared for a split second.
Oh. That's scary when you're the leader and your car ghosts.
It was just for a brief moment, but yeah, it was for a moment longer. He would have reappeared, and his rear end would have been in Ricky J's front end, and that would have been disaster. That is something that will end everyone's race involved, because physics don't really know what to do when you're morphing through space and time. You tend to become one entity for a bit. Morphin' time?
That's is that a Power Rangers reference?
Yeah.
God, maybe only once maybe once or twice.
I think the last time I watched it was when the remake movie came out 8 years ago. It was okay.
Although I don't think that these cars morphing like that would be quite as productive.
Definitely not.
No. Well, yeah, I'm sure these guys are now probably thinking, especially if you're like Craddock and Mallon, ooh, an opportunity to save some more fuel here.
Yeah, they want to get to 19 to go.
Yeah, that'll be the safest bet, no doubt.
Or if you're drivers that stayed out, you want to try to get to 20 to go. Pit coming to 20 to go, and then you're going to have to save one more lap and stretch it.
Which could be done. You ideally wouldn't want to do it, but it can absolutely be done. It's just a matter of as long as you're able to hold on to the draft while doing so. That's going to be the big question there. Because I think they're going to catch Eli here shortly to put him a lap down. Yeah, there he is, going into 3. But yeah, we'll kind of settle down here. Got this pack up here, just single filing around this place. Then a pack of 5, trying to reel them in. Looks like their speeds are probably about the same. So, I guess you asked me about falling in reverse. You got any you got any good favorites as far as Electric Callboy goes?
Ooh, yeah, so Electric Cowboy. I like Huracan, I think it's called. It's off the last album. That's the like really short song where it sounds like they're doing a pop song, and then it just gets really heavy out of
Okay.
nowhere. And yeah, it's just hilarious.
Oh.
It kind of comes out of left field, and the way they do it in the music video is really funny. So that's one of my favorites. I do like Hypa Hypa. Hypa Hypa is what got me into them. That was my discovery song there.
That is a good one. I won't lie. The ways that I discovered them were actually a combination of their collab with Baby Metal and a
Yes,
YouTuber,
that was a good one.
and the YouTuber Tank the Tech, because he texts for them, and I was like, let me check them out a little bit more. And
I've been
definitely
following Tank. I've been following Tank when he started doing reactions in 2020 during COVID.
He's a very good kind of
Very
chill,
informative guy.
very
Yeah.
informative, very like I like listening to his opinions because it's very like all encompassing and not very much like this side good, this side bad. Like he will typically try to take in all the information that he can and try to see all sides of it before he like forms any strong opinions on anything.
It's very neutral.
Yeah, and I like that. And I agree with what Kathy said in chat there. All is going to be good. They're going to be riding around just like this until 10 laps to go, and then they're all going to be driving through each other.
Yeah, well, I think one of the main differences, though, there is that Ricky J will be driving through Brian to push Brian to the checkers first and trying to keep everybody else behind.
You think he would just go ahead and push Brian like that?
Yeah, I think Ricky's looking forward to. He's probably like, I can push Brian to this one, and then I'll just go win Indy next week or something. I don't know. That's just a wild guess.
Now, if this was the Lynn Voiles race, I could see that. For a points race like this, I don't know.
Yeah, well, Ricky J's missed a lot of races. He's not really in contention for the championship or anything. He's missed too many.
I mean, yeah. But also,
so I can see just being a good teammate there.
Mm-hmm. I will just say this on the flip side, though. Do you think maybe he may have heard you earlier when you said that he has a chance to get ahead of Craddock on the all-time list here tonight?
I don't think he cares about that too much. Like I said, he can do that next week.
Yeah, that's true.
Indy's one of Ricky J's best tracks. Typically, from my experience, the drivers that are unbeatable there on the long run are Kilojoules and Mac Daddy. But Ricky J is also really good there on the long run, and Tyler has also gotten a lot better at Indy recently. So I think depending who is all there next week, it'll probably be between Ricky J, Tyler Mallon, and Mac Daddy. And then you don't know how much. Don't count out Dane or Clements or anyone else who's usually up front that might find something for Indianapolis.
As we got 21 laps to go here. Pit window is coming up here very, very soon. Apologies for that random sudden siren outside.
Hey, Kathy, I think did you make sure that you fastened all the bolts on the hood of that 93 car? I think I see it flapping in the wind behind Brian's car. I think the hood might come up.
According to Kathy, Ricky is her driver, and so you guys just heard it here that Kathy is rooting for Ricky J more than the gentleman who shares the same last name.
Heck, I've known that for years. I've known that
I
for
must be
years.
out of the loop or something.
Kathy only care about Ricky J. I mean, she literally had Ricky J drive Brian's car. I think it was at Kansas one year. Because she wasn't sure if it was Brian or the car, and it was Brian.
It was Brian?
Yeah, it was Brian.
I will admit, I give the edge to Brian on these super speedways. Everywhere else, he's solid, but I definitely give the edge to Ricky.
Pit stops, by the way. We're coming to 19 to go, and Ricky J's coming in, Danny Carroll's coming in, and it looks like Monty Keller is coming in.
Here we go. As it was, you just got confirmation.
Kathy won't guarantee the pins on Brian's car. Ricky J's looking to send it in the pit road.
Oh, get it down there. Oh, Carroll into the wall.
Oh, and that's
just missed by Tyler.
I don't think that held up Tyler at all, actually. I thought it might have held him up a little bit, but he looks fine to me.
Boy, I was thinking that Tyler was going to get into him there. But great job and a great heads up there. But that's going to be a rough break there for the guy who was just running fourth during that run there, Denny Carroll. May even have some front end damage. I think Tyler Mallon was maybe looking to go a lap longer, but was not.
He was going to be left. He was going to be left on his own.
Alone.
Clement, Stinson, Brain, and Magoo, who all topped off with Tyler, stayed out that one extra lap. They are all going to be coming in this time by.
Yeah, these are the guys that are trying to catch back up, but have unfortunately not been able to do so. So now I think that they're just going to play the game of pit later. Oh, boy.
Ooh, a little contact there from Magoo to Dane to Clements, but they keep it straight. Hopefully no blacks because of that. That would be unfortunate. But looking at our first group, it's Ricky J leading Nelly over Mallon, and then Brian fourth in line with Rick Craddock right behind. It looks like Monty is going to lose touch. I'm not sure how many of these guys will be able to get back together. They're all really evenly spread apart at decent gaps.
Yeah, that's a bit concerning.
Rick and Brian, I think, aren't going to tow up. I think this might be just Ricky, Nelly, and Tyler.
Yeah, the 3-car race here to wrap it up. As if they're going to come by Rain Fade and Clements.
And they will not get up to speed in time to get the tow here with them. But this could be a decent group with Brain, Clements, Brian, and Rick to maybe make a run at the top three. Whoa. Brian's going to fly low.
You know what? Now that you said that, with these guys, if they're able to get together, they may have a chance to close. And Monty Keller is going to be quite a bit off of that pack, unfortunately. But,
so Andrew,
we're going to have a shot. What's up?
I didn't mean to cut you off there, but so remember what I said about Ricky J not caring and he'll just get it next week? That just went out the window because he's leading the race now.
He is now leading.
Now that I don't know if he's thought about it or not. But I would think maybe you're thinking about it. Ricky J's raced here a very long time.
Oh, yeah.
He's won championships. He's won a lot of races, as we've mentioned. But to be at the top of the list is going to be an honor compared to a bragging right. It's going to be an honor for Ricky J to sit at the top of that list, as Rick Craddock has sat at the top of that list for years. Years and years. So Ricky J with a chance to sit on the top of that list, because Tyler Mallon keeps winning these races. So next thing you know, Tyler Mallon's at the top of the list.
Oh, yeah. He's well on his way there. We've got 16 laps to go here. These three have pulled to the gap that they've got, although Tyler...
Tyler is
Oh!
Let him have it. He's going for it.
All right, now that's gonna really open things up for this group.
That might just be to help. That might be to help the other guys catch up, so there's more people running at the front here without just straight up sandbagging 5 miles an hour.
I think, yeah, knowing these guys, they're probably thinking, hey, this race is broadcasted. We can't ever come down to only 3 of us. Come on now.
So that's a 5-car group, including the lap car of Denny Carroll. That's led
They're
by Brian
absolutely
Voiles.
going faster.
You got Brain, Clements, and Rick Craddock all in that group. So Tyler falls back to 3rd now after making the move on Ricky J.
And yeah, I'm willing to bet that this lap they are going to be much, much quicker than that
I'm
front
curious.
3.
I don't remember exactly because it's been a while since I've run it this version. So I believe it's more plausible to stretch 20 laps here at Daytona than it is at Talladega. So a 20 is a stretch, but I don't believe it's a huge stretch. But if Ricky J leads this entire run, it might be close for him.
14 remaining here. And the front 3 are being closed in on very, very quickly. Oh, they're there at this point. They're in the draft. And Voiles is going to close right back in.
While we've got this quick chance to mention it with Ricky J and Nelly leading, remember Ricky J started on paper 17th, Nelly started on paper 15th. In the last 10 races, the only time someone has won the race from outside of the top 10, it has been Nelly on both occasions. He started 14th and 18th and won races in the summer races for 21 and 22.
Ooh, look at Malin here.
Oh, now Ricky J's going to leave Nelly because Tyler's got a huge push coming from Brian Voiles.
And that's a big push right there. Now, how long is he going to stay in line with Ricky J there?
It's on now.
Yeah, everybody's in here. Denny Carroll lapped down after that pit road incident. But he is up here, and he is going to play a factor. Oh yeah, game on. And it looks like no one's really concerned about fuel at the moment.
In the last 8 races, Andrew, there have been 5 cautions under 10 laps to go. And in the previous race, there was a caution on lap 63 and lap 69, which that yellow ended the race. Now remember, under 10 to go, these guys race back as there's the move from Tyler again.
Gonna try to go for it here on the inside. Now, where does Voiles go?
Brian,
splitting them right now.
My memory of Brian is Brian don't care about nobody. Brian gonna do what he can to get to the front. Oh, he just proved me wrong. He goes back to the top after helping Tyler down the whole back straightaway.
He just pushed Tyler and has now gone to the outside, and everybody's going to the outside. No one wants to see Tyler move up that wins list.
That could have been a smart move by Brian, seeing, oh, no one's going with me and Tyler, so I'm going to jump back in line while I can.
And Brian's going to have a shot to continue his streak of wins here at Daytona. But 11 laps to go. That's a fair amount of time here for all these guys. But yeah, you still got Nelly, you still got Brain Fade, you still got Clements and Craddock. Which, yeah, Craddock could also have a chance to break that tie.
Every lap that they go, the intensity picks up. 10 to go, 9 to go, 8 to go. You get to 5 to 4 to go. The odds are the race is ending under caution if a caution comes out.
Oh my gosh, Malin just basically forcing his way into that middle line, forcing Brain Fade to go a little bit higher. And Clements is trying to stick with the 49.
Tyler's main objective right now is to get the best finish he can and make sure he finishes ahead of the 92 of Joshua Clements, as Dane Stinson is currently outside of the top 10 by his lonesome.
Yeah, he's well out of the draft. I think he's only got, Eli, Terry Scott, and Greg Jules are with each other, and then Monty Keller and Magoo are together. They are 8th and 9th, top 7 with a chance at this victory here with 10 laps to go.
Brian Voiles, by the way, with the fastest lap on the race, a 45.345.
Yeah, probably when he was closing in there and had some
cars
in front of him and behind him. Yeah, that thing is bad fast. 9 laps remaining. That's pretty darn cool right there.
I'm assuming you're flying because that would be quite the drive from where you are.
I want to go fly. I want to fly so bad at some point. You have no idea. Look at Clements trying to make the move there with a great run. Whoa! Pushing up the track. Ooh, Brain Fade was very, very courteous there and let him in. Don't know how many more times they'll do that.
Oh, Brian just did the old here I am, now I'm not, and here I am again. The old disappearing act for all of two-fifths of a second.
That's oddly specific.
That's a rough guesstimate.
8 laps to go here. It is Voiles Trucking continuing to pace this field. And now
Gotta
Clements
move.
looks low again. Brain Fade trying to stick with them.
Yeah, Brain going with them, but they did it. It didn't look like a well-coordinated move. They're still going to pull up even with Tyler for now. But Craddock and Denny, they're both staying high, and now they both jump back high. Try to get that momentum built again. You really need 3 cars at this point. If they're going to make a move, it's going to have to come from Nelly, Tyler, and Josh, or Tyler, Josh, and Brain. You've got to make a move here with at least 3 cars.
I think that, yeah, that'll be the way to go. Maybe even the outside might be the way to go, because then you still got some momentum. Jovin's continuing, Ricky J continuing to hug the middle lane.
Andrew.
I
Get
know.
with the program, Andrew. Come on, man. No, I'm just playing.
I know. I'm a tag member myself. I should know better.
Actually, I should have known better. I've been calling you Andrew all race. I should have been calling you Miller. You know, BSR Miller. I should have been saying Miller all race. No.
That's assumes. Well, I don't care. You can call me whatever you want, just not Drew, please. I've never cared for Drew. I do not like Drew. Oh, caution's out.
Oh.
Racing back to the stripe here.
Phantom caution.
Too much debris on the track. I swear.
Yep. It's one of those.
You've got to be kidding me.
There's nothing.
Well, Eli just got on pit road and retired.
Oh, did he do the thing?
Oh, did he also have a failure? Let's find out here.
Oh, the pace car is moving before he gets on pit road. Did he blow up?
Let's see. He's running with Stinson. Oh, he did blow up!
Yeah, it blew up.
Same exact thing as Matt Stern. Engine went from running to dead silent.
So how about that, Andrew? So we are going to have had 2 cautions tonight for engine failures and 2 no cautions for actual accidents on the track.
I know. That's just nuts. Well, if fuel was even remotely a question mark,
they're gonna
this
clutch
caution
it out.
should save them, yeah.
But here's the thing. If you're a little deep in the pack, you could come down and throw some tape on this thing.
Ooh, yeah, you're absolutely right. Yeah, if you're someone maybe like a Magoo, like a Monty Keller, like Terry Scott, Dane Stinson, you're really not going to lose any positions. And I'd say go for it.
That yellow officially comes out on lap 64, which is 1 lap later than caution they had a year ago. Nelly's coming in. Yep. Nelly is very known to tape it up. You got Magoo, you got Terry, you got Dane. I mean, all drivers, like Dane especially here, was at the end of the lead lap, so he has nothing to lose by coming down and throwing tape on this thing. It's going to be, I believe this will be a 2-lap shootout.
Yeah, it sounds right. We're at the 5 laps to go now. I think we'll get another lap after
They're
this
have
one.
2 more laps to go by, and then the lights should turn off at 3 to go.
And then that will basically be green-white checker territory. And just who's going to get the push. Doesn't it just work out that way whenever you and I are calling one of these things?
It is kind of funny, the coincidences that we've had where we just keep getting these late race yellows for one reason or another. And we're going to probably have... I would not expect it out of Bomb Squad because it is such a respectable league, driver-wise, driver to driver, you don't really see anything crazy. Especially since I'm not out there, nothing crazy is going to happen because I'm up here in the booth with you. I'm not on the track, so there's no over aggressive drivers out there to do something crazy.
I think the
So
most aggressive.
I'm not
Sorry.
expecting a crazy finish, but things do get crazy here sometimes.
Oh yeah, these guys are going to be going for it, no doubt about it. But yeah, they're usually pretty respectful about it. I think probably the least respectful racing that I've ever seen here was from me in the Lynn Voiles Memorial Race a few weeks ago.
I mean, you got to block when you got to block.
I was blocking Nelly like it was no tomorrow. Like it was bad. I nearly wrecked myself numerous times, and he was very, very. He gave me a lot of respect when he really didn't need to. So thank you, Nelly, and shout out to you for that. You went on to win that race.
Lights are still on while we've got a moment here. I didn't really ever address this. Daytona has had 15 winners in 31 documented races. At the top of that list is BSR Pockets with 7 wins. DJ Champ, highest out of active drivers with 4 wins. In the field with 2 wins apiece is Brian Voiles, Nelly, and Tyler Mallon. And in the field with 1 win apiece is Rick Craddock and Ricky J. Ricky J attempting to join his teammate and good buddy there, Brian Voiles, and of course, great friend Tyler Mallon as a 2-time winner here. Ricky J's win came back in the 2023 opener.
So that means that you got a lot of these hungry guys here that would certainly love that W. And my eye is going to be on Josh Clements there. Being in 4th place, he's going to have the best shot at it. I think anyone beyond the top 4 with it only being a 2-lap restart here, and with how long it takes these cars to build up the momentum.
The grill tape is going to be a big thing here. Nelly.
Yeah, that's true.
Nelly is actually, I think Monty came out in front of him.
Yeah, so it'll be 8th and 9th.
No, actually, Monty did not pit. Never mind. So it's Nelly. Nelly is the highest running of those who put tape on. So you've got Nelly and Dane, and depending on how much tape they put on, they're going to be able to pull out and just accelerate a little faster. But if Nelly does pull out a line, he's going to want to have one of those other guys draft with him. Otherwise, you're not going to pan out. You're not going to get any momentum.
Yeah.
Otherwise, what Nelly can do is he can just push the heck out of whoever's in front of him and then hope that they make a move, and then he can keep going and push them. I remember there was a race, I believe, last year in the SS Saturday series where we had such a finish here at Daytona, and all of us were on top of each other, just pushing the heck out of each other with tape on, and oh boy, we were hauling the mail. Lights are off. It's going to be 2 to go.
This is it. Of course, if they make it to the white flag, it will be race on to the checkered. If a caution comes out this lap, they'll race it back to the white. They'll take the yellow, and whatever results at the line will be the results. So,
and these guys might have friends, Andrew. That these guys are all friends. The green flag comes back out. That's all out the window.
For about the next about minute and a half, there will be no friends out there. Of course, the checkered flag comes out, and they'll instantly be like, "Yo, that was awesome!" But or who knows? Maybe the hood pins will fly off of that 68, as Kathy alluded to.
You stole my line. I was going to say that, and you stole it.
Great minds think alike, right?
Yeah, I mean, those hood pins are about to fail on that 68. Kathy's making sure right now they pulled the one off on the last pit stop.
Reduced weight. He'll be fine.
Nothing wrong with losing a pound.
Oh yeah, or if you lose the hood, that's like probably 30 pounds you're saving right there. You know.
It might be more than that. I don't know how much those hoods weigh.
That's a good point. Oh boy, Ricky J, Brian Voiles. You got a very fast Tyler Mallon. I'm not surprised that these guys are in the top 3 here. Clements and Brain Fade will be the top 5 here for this restart. 2 laps to decide it here at Daytona. These guys have kept it. There have been some minor skirmishes, but the only cautions have been for engine failures. And not surprised at that. These guys do a great job of keeping it clean. But here we go. This is it. Tyler Mallon hanging back a little bit. Ricky J, can he hold on? Can he fend these guys off for 2 laps? Getting up to speed. We're going to find out here.
Tyler with a bad restart. You already see Clements and Brain looking low. Tyler's going to pull down and block.
And it's a
Ricky
successful
J
block.
with a
Whoa!
bump from Brian Voiles. That's going to put them side by side.
Give the advantage, at least at the moment, to
Brian's
Ricky
gonna
J
pull
on the
down.
inside. And yep, now the push is going to come, but now the run's going to come for the 18. What's Mallon going to do with it?
Tyler with a big run.
Down
Gonna go
low.
around
Oh,
the
he
block
gets
of it.
turned!
Tyler's gonna with a big save from the 18.
Oh, he
no!
bumper grabbed it off of there.
That might end his chance at the top 10 streak.
3 wide. Still
Unless
green.
they crash, there's still a chance. But oh yeah, they're 3 wide. Are they going to get to the white?
Looks like they will. Albeit barely and nearly into the wall. They are going to make it.
Ricky J's got to make that car as wide as he can. Does he go up to block Brian? He does. Now Brian looks low. Now Josh.
Oh my gosh, the same thing. Same thing. It's going to bounce off of Brian's bumper. That thing must be made out of tungsten. And now the run's going to come here for Craddock. And look at Dane Stinson up here in the top 10, or top 5.
Brian Voiles goes low. He's to the inside of Ricky J. They're neck and neck, but Brian with no immediate help. Ricky J with help from Craddock and Dane. Take it home, Andrew.
Craddock to the outside. There's Stinson going to go to the middle. But with the run on the bottom is Brian Voiles. Can he keep his streak going? They're going to crash behind him. To the line. It's going to be Voiles Trucking versus Voiles Trucking. And Voiles gets it in the 68. The streak continues.
Tyler Mallon finishes in 8th place, and he'll get the top 10 streak after all. My goodness gracious, he got lucky as heck right there.
Ooh.
But it's Brian Voiles going 9 for 9 at Daytona.
How about that? And by himself, no less. As you said, he had no help on the bottom. But
he got some help right
that
at the
car's
end
just
there
that
from Rick
bad
Craddock.
fast.
He did get some help right at the end there, though, from Rick Craddock. You can't deny that.
A little bit. But at the same time. Yeah,
You're not wrong.
You wrecked the whole field for that one, including Tyler.
He made that thing wide. He made the car as wide as his truck, I'll tell you what.
That's what goes Tyler Mallon going past him.
Brian Voiles will become just the 4th driver in Cup history to get 3 or more wins here at Daytona. He'll join a BSR Momo as a 3-time winner.
He's got a ways to go before he gets to pockets, but still, at this rate, it could happen at some point. That is an impressive drive. And as you said, he was the pole sitter. And he got the win. He's doing a reverse burnout, by the way.
That is just the 6th time that has happened here at Daytona, and Brian's the 3rd different driver to do it.
He is burning it down, and rightfully so. We're going to take another quick look at that wreck there at the end. Actually, we're going to take another look at.
We've got a couple things to look at.
Yeah. We're going to look
Tyler. User was moved to your channel.
A good few things.
We've got a few things to look at. We're not ready for you yet. What are you doing in here?
Say that. Yeah, I'm the one that should be doing that. I don't know who did that.
Oh man, but I think they meant to move him to the waiting room. I think that's what happened.
I think they did. Yeah, I'll take care of it, guys. Don't worry. Yeah, here we go. Here's the move, and
yeah, it's just a little bumper grab there with Tyler. Are you showing the screen?
It almost looked like with how much Brian darted, it almost looked like he bumper grabbed off of Ricky. But I don't know.
Are you showing it, or what are you showing right now? All I see is the overlay.
Oh, gosh darn it. I forgot to hit the button.
Show it again.
Showing it again. Yeah. Look at this dart from the 68. Just yoink. Oh, no. Yeah, no, there was no contact. Yeah, he just made that move that quickly. Oh, yeah, I was wrong.
I'll tell you what though, with the move with Joshua Clements was more quarter panel to front bumper than it was bumper grab.
Let's take a look here. We'll keep it. We'll just kind of keep it playing out here. Yeah, there's Nelly getting in the wall. Yeah, he gets a run here as Brian tries to look high. Ooh. Okay, yeah, that just looked like two guys going for the same real estate, honestly.
That was a bit of a later block there than the one he put on Tyler.
Ooh. What a slide. And then, yep, there was the move. He darted out of line.
A great move on Ricky J. And then let's see what happened
pushing
here.
The heck out of Craddock. Yeah, Craddock was pretty much solely to the outside, and then got left by Stinson.
Monty came up and off of turn 4. I don't know if I'm looking a little ahead of you, but Monty just kind of crawled up the track just that little bit, and that's what turned Dane and clipped Brain, and that was on from there. But Tyler Mallon, man, full throttle to the line, was just praying he got that top 10.
Credit to Magoo, who is going to emerge with a 5th place finish after not thinking that he was going to be able to run like hardly any laps. That's pretty cool there. Actually, well, I'll run down the full finishing results here real quick. It is by 23 thousandths of a second, Brian Voiles winning over Ricky J. Rick Craddock in third. 62 thousandths separated first and third. They were pretty much 3 wide there. That is cool. Nelly with 4th and Magoo with 5th. Pretty much everyone 4th on back was in that crash. Terry Scott with P6. Brain Fade. Tyler with 8th, so the top 10 streak goes on. Stinson and Monte Keller will be the top 10. Josh Clements, a bit of a heartbreaker there, will finish the 11th. Danny Carroll a lap down. Greg Jules 3 down. And yeah, it literally was the exact same failure for both Eli and Silver Bullet, showing camshaft, and they both failed in the exact same manner. That's hard. That's pretty brutal right there. But boy, did that set up quite the finish. And I won't lie, when you said like, yeah, take it away, Andrew, it's like, oh yeah, let's bring it on. But also, I better call this well. So that was on the spot, but that was cool. And a great race to all these guys. I think we're going to go ahead and get a word with some of our finishers here. Let's go ahead and start with Rick Craddock, finished P3.
Can you imagine if it was Talladega?
No, but it is Daytona. And we got Rick Craddock up here.
How are we doing, guys?
Pretty dang tired after calling that finish. That was something to behold, but yeah,
you should have been in the car. It was even crazier, man.
I can only imagine, because from your end it looked like you were just watching guys spin out in front of you, and you're like, okay, here we go.
It was nuts. Everywhere I tried to move, there was somebody, either coming up or coming down, or it was crazy. That was a great finish. Fun to be in one like that. It's been a while, so I'm happy with a podium, especially battling like that.
Hey, as you should be, man. That's pretty cool to see. Dane was giving you a good push there. He went for it there, but then you had the run on the outside. Yeah, that was pretty cool to see. Zach, any questions or anything for our boy Rick Craddock?
Yeah, let me see here. Rick, that was pretty fun race there. I can't talk. I don't really have a question, Andrew, so I'm trying to find one.
You don't have to have a question. You could just
basically
say how you're feeling.
How did you feel in that first run, Rick, when you couldn't really go anywhere? You're just sitting there pushing. I believe you were pushing Silver Bullet there. So how was that first run?
Well, that was kind of expected. I mean, I was fine just sitting there and being patient. The entire night, my whole plan was just get to that last pit and have a good pit stop, stay with the leaders. And then I kind of felt like we may have had something, but those last 2 laps, everybody was kind of bouncing around. And I was going to try and drop down and push Brian, but then I kind of got caught up high, and then Dane pushed me up, and then whenever I went up high, then there was Ricky right in front of me, so I ended up pushing Ricky a little bit, and then coming through the tri-oval, it kind of opened up, and I thought, well, I can sit here and finish third, or I can at least dive to the inside and make a run for it, and just it opened up for me. Just didn't have enough to get around both of them, so it was pretty exciting trying to in the race car, just trying to find where to go and when to go. So it was a good run, and we're happy with that one.
Yeah, I get you on being happy with that one, and you should be. That's a great finish there.
These old guys, man, we don't get a chance at these kind of finishes very much anymore. So I take them when I can.
I mean, hey, you had a shot at breaking the tie for all-time wins with you and Ricky J. So
Yeah,
you
we were
both had a
joking
chance to
about
break the
that.
tie.
Yeah, we were joking about that coming to the green. It's kind of like, hey, just if I can't win, Brian, please don't let Ricky win.
And you guys finished second and third, so it stays tied. So
Yeah,
that's just
yeah.
how it works out. But yeah, great finish to Mr. Rick Craddock here in the number 22. Rick, of course, any closing thoughts, shout outs? The floor is yours. We always do this with our podium finishers.
Just a huge appreciation to BSR as a whole. I mean, I've been in this league for, gosh, a lot of years, 15 years or so, and there's just not a better group of guys out there, better racers. I think it's just the best league around. Big shout out to you all for broadcasting tonight. From what I'm hearing, good reviews. So good job to you all, and to Vols Trucking for sponsoring everything that they do. And just a big thanks to everybody. Just happy to still be in this league, and this league being good and strong, and got a good future ahead of us.
And I'm looking forward to being a part of that future. Sorry, go ahead, Zach.
No, I was just saying thanks to Rick, and while I got the floor here, I'll just add congrats on your 10th top 10 here at Daytona.
Hey, well, considering I used to hate super speedways, I'll take that.
And Rick Craddock with the third place finish. Great job,
Thanks,
man.
guys.
Yeah,
Thanks, guys.
Good luck going forward.
All right, thank you. Bye.
On that note, get them down here.
User was moved out of your channel.
You want me to take this next one, or you want to do the second place one?
I'll start it, but I feel like this may get a little silly, just knowing who it is.
User was moved to your channel.
I think we all know where this is going to go, but we've got the certified goober here. You got a copy?
Where? I don't see one.
I'm looking at one right now.
Yeah, me too.
Am I looking at a mirror? Is there a mirror in here, Andrew? I don't think we put a mirror in the booth.
There's a mirror in your, there's a mirror in your room.
Okay.
I knew this was. Hey, I was ready for the silliness, which it already started when we heard that exact same laugh over whisper before the racing even started.
Heard the laugh. Remember, I didn't hear.
Well,
anything.
okay, I didn't know. Okay, I'm sorry. It was my bad. And
I mean,
started it when you called me a goober. So here we are.
I mean, in all fairness,
look at the deflection right there.
Yeah, I mean, in all fairness, it was Tyler that whispered first.
True.
So
yeah, I was blame Tyler. That's perfect. That works on.
Yeah, that'll work. But on a legit note, though, after running in the back for that first stint and then suddenly finding yourself in second place, which how the heck did you do that? But also, just it's always you and Brian up there. Those Voiles trucking cars are always fast, and just your ability to push or be pushed. You've always had it made, but I guess kind of run me through that final green white checkered there.
Well, it was just a lot of hard fighting. It was a phenomenal finish. Couldn't ask for a better finish. When we got there, it was a lot of fun. I knew if I tried to block Brian a third time, it would have probably either wrecked myself or wrecked him. He made a perfect move at perfect time, and it all worked out for him. And I'm just glad we were able to have such a great finish for you guys. So hope everybody out there enjoyed that.
I know we certainly did. Zach, what you got?
Ricky, when you got the lead there on that last pit stop, were you starting to think about, could this be the 58th win?
I figured it was possible, but knowing how Daytona goes, you don't want to be first place on the last lap until you cross the checkered flag. So
I know that feeling.
And can you just go into, I was saying during the broadcast that it is a great honor to sit at the top of that wins list, and just the years that Rick has sat at the top. Do you have any idea what that might feel like once you get there? I feel like it's a matter of when.
it'll feel really good when it comes. It's been an honor to race with these guys for the past 7.5 years now. I think it's been, and I've just been grateful to enjoy all the great moments that I have, and just been able to find the opportunity to just find a great group of friends, and I couldn't ask for a better group of people to be around and have as brothers and racers. And that's what this place is. It's a brotherhood. It's more than just coming on here and racing on the game. It's just finding a great group of guys that you can call friends to, that'll be there for you no matter what you're going through. So, and that's what makes this, these guys so great, and I'm privileged to be a part of it.
And I can safely say that I'll get a little sentimental myself, but I am also quite privileged to be able to call the both of you friends as well. So I appreciate that opportunity. But yeah, a great race there and a great finish for you. Even if it's not quite that 58th win, it's still going to be just 23 thousandths short, which was fantastic to watch. That was really, really cool. Of course, closing thoughts and shoutouts are all yours here whenever you get a top three.
I just want to say thank you to you guys for doing the broadcast. Glad to have you guys on board, and hope to see you guys a lot more here in the future. I know you guys are doing the next 2 races also, right? So looking forward to that. Just want to say thank you to Brian and Kathy Boyles from Boyles Trucking. Thank you to everyone here at BSR, and thank you everybody out there for watching our broadcast, or this broadcast that these guys put on. Hope that everyone enjoyed, and looking forward to what the future holds here.
Yeah, man. And hey, I mean, it's safe to say Kathy was rooting for you more than Brian, so I guess take some solace in that.
Yeah, those hood pins didn't come off, unfortunately.
Also, somebody's got to. I know Brian ain't gonna root for me. He's going for that with himself, man. I mean, every man for himself. You know what I'm saying? So,
that's what I was saying. That's exactly what I was saying. It's just me out here. I'm just gonna go for me.
I tried to tell everybody. I'm just like, if y'all just let Brian Boyles go by me because y'all work with him, then he's gonna win. Y'all ain't got no chance. Someone had to give him a fight for it. I guess it had to be me.
The races that he's been in, he's won 9 in a row of the Daytona's races that he's been in.
He has
points paying, that is. So yeah,
and it will probably continue on. He is the GOAT of super speedways. Yeah, so bring it down.
Great finish, man. Good job, and looking forward to seeing you going forward here.
Wow. So rude.
Yeah, let's get that out of here.
User was moved out of your channel.
You have way too much fun, I swear.
Oh, that was great.
Well, I know someone who's having some
Wrecking
fun.
Ball up here.
User was moved to your channel.
Hey, how's it going, Wrecking Ball? How you doing?
What's up? What's up?
Oh,
hey,
man, I was gonna call him that first, but
hey, you stole one from me earlier.
I mean, that's fair. But yeah, Mr. Tungsten Bumper.
Hey, man, you know what? It's the last 2 or 3 laps. You just do everything you can to get to the front.
Oh yeah, it was awesome. You're having fun with it.
Yeah.
But it's as you said though.
I thought it was me out there. I'm not gonna lie.
Oh my gosh. But you won. You won 8 out of 8, and now it's not. Now you're 9 for 9.
Yep.
You won the pole. I'm 99% sure you're probably going to get the most laps led out of that.
Oh yes, he did. He led 41 laps.
41. My goodness. Well, yeah, for sure. So, just what the heck you got in that car, man? But seriously though, you really got an extra knack there where you're just able to make it happen on these super speedways.
It's luck, man. It is all luck. The main thing is you got to be up front at the end of it to have a chance to win. But it's luck. I mean, you just turn right or left or whatever and hope it works.
I'd say it worked pretty darn good for you tonight here. I will just ask, kind of going through those 2 laps there, the combination of trying to defend but also attack.
Yep.
Second place just always seems like it's such a just such a double-sided battle that you have to try to manage, and I
Yeah,
guess kind of talk you through that.
it was really tough. I mean, because I'm right against Joven as hard as I can be against him, and I'm having to ride my mirror watching the guys behind me to see if one of them breaks one way or the other and try to block them and try to get by Joven at the same time. I mean, it's intense. My heart was pounding out of my chest. I was shaking. I mean, it was just that intense.
I feel you. I know the feeling. I get you, Zach. What you got for Brian here? That does not involve wrecking ball.
Yeah, well, I think he's got to pay for some damages to the 18 and the 92. But anyway,
They
Brian,
never hit anything though.
I mean, they hit Brian.
Oh, that's just a little bit of paint. I'll buy them a new paint job.
Any plans to try to show out here tomorrow night and make it 10 for 10?
We'll be here. I don't know how it'll work out. We're running the GNS, and I don't think we've really tested the GNS that much here. So
Oh, interesting.
I do not know what I have in GNS in the Xfinity. So it's going to be a new ball game for pretty much all of us.
Has it been GNS all season, or is it just for?
Yeah.
Is it new for tomorrow?
Yep,
Oh, okay.
Yep. But I wasn't able to run the spring race here, so I haven't tested any at all at Daytona and Xfinity. So it's going to be a new experience for me, and I'll find out real quick where my weak link is.
Well, one thing's for sure. You definitely nailed down how to tune for it and drive it. So it's just a matter of probably finding what will work best for that. But
Yeah.
still, though, a great run-in. Again, he's kicking butt on another super speedway, figuratively and literally. Apparently, we got to give you crap for that. But no, man, big congrats, and of course, thank you for all that you do for this league as well. You and Kathy both, even though Kathy was rooting for Joven more than you.
She always does.
Hey, you said the name again.
He gets the better parts. I actually have to go out behind in a scrap pile and piece me enough stuff to put together a car to even get out here and race.
That's what she was saying. She was surprised that your hood pin stayed on.
Yeah. I mean, I'm telling you, I run his wreck junk. That's what I get to run.
Well, it works on the super speedways, apparently.
Yep.
And big congrats, man, and a well-deserved win. Of course, floor is yours for closing thoughts, shout-outs, whatever you want, man.
Yeah, man, I always got to thank, my lovely wife, Miss Kathy, because if it wasn't for her, we wouldn't be doing what we're doing. And got to thank Magoo and all the guys here at Bomb Squad Racing. This is one great league, great group of guys. It's more than just a racing league. I mean, we're all family here. If we're not racing, we're in there hanging out, talking, doing other stuff. But we're a family, and if you're down or need some help with something, we all got each other's numbers, and we're always a phone call away from any of. It's a unique group of guys. It really is, and I just can't say enough. They're my brothers, my friends, all around, just the best group of guys I've ever been with.
And Joven Freeman said the same thing there in regard.
Said the name again.
I can say, yeah, he said it. But no, I can agree to that too. And to anyone watching this who is not actively a part of Bomb Squad Racing, if you wanted to try your hand at open setup racing with a group of guys that will really help you through it, this is the place to be. It really, really is, and couldn't recommend it more. And yeah, you guys just put on a great show. So, and appreciate you talking, and great job on the win. Looking forward to seeing what you got coming up here. But yeah, for now, I'd say just go and celebrate, and yeah, you can go touch up the 18 and the 92's paint while you're at it.
Ain't no problem. I appreciate it, guys. Thank y'all for broadcasting for us tonight.
Yeah, man. Yeah, have yourself a good one. Great job.
All right, thank you.
That was our race winner. Well, I think on that note, Zach,
User was moved out of your channel.
I'll ask you because I know you were hyped for this, you were ready for it, and you had the stats to back it up, and I appreciate all the help that you brought to this one. But yeah, I hope it lived up to expectations. I certainly feel like it did. That was awesome.
Oh, yes, absolutely. It was a great race. As we said, the only yellows were for engine failures. Technically, the yellow came out for a wreck on the last lap, but I don't really count that because it's the last lap. So, we had 2 yellows for mechanical failures. So it was a great race all around.
I absolutely agree. That was a great call on that. And hey, we got plenty more action coming up for everyone here. We got the NNSCRA Winter Series finale on Tuesday. That will be
Viva
bringing
Las
you guys
Vegas.
from Vegas. Yeah, we'll see who's gonna roll a blackjack or not. And then the following day, Wednesday, we're back here at Bomb Squad. It will be the trucks though, and we'll be bringing you guys Indianapolis. We'll be back then for Cup at Talladega, and I believe for trucks as well. Yeah, I think actually I'm going to be covering all the truck races through March, and then definitely Talladega for Cup. Beyond that, as far as Cup goes, I'm pretty sure that we'll be bringing you guys Darlington then toward the end of March, and from there, yeah, we just gotta officially hammer it out. So, but otherwise, yeah, we'll be seeing you guys for Wednesday nights. Of course, we got some Cup racing for Hobo on Tuesday nights coming up here real soon. Truck races on Sunday nights as well, starting the 23rd. Yeah, the 23rd, I do believe. So, yeah, we've got a lot of action for you guys here, and it's going to be good stuff. I'm excited being able to stream some different leagues, and thank you to everyone who has given me this opportunity to be able to do this. Thank you, Zach, of course, for being up here once again. Look forward to having you back up here again on Tuesday. And to everyone else who was able to tune in, appreciate you, and I hope you enjoyed. We'll see you guys in 5 days' time for the NNSCRA finale race. Until then, though, congrats to Brian Voiles, and thank you to BSR. Take care.
Congrats to the Wrecking Ball.
And congrats to the Wrecking Ball himself. Take care and bye for now.